Guys, welcome to another one of our videos here at Reveal. We're talking about spring scouting tactics with our Reveal trail cameras. You know, one of the greatest things about being able to use the Reveal cams as a spring scouting tool is that it's very unintrusive, meaning that you can provide very little influence on your hunting area, yet still know what's going on. The cell capabilities and just the long battery use, the opportunity to get you great quality photos from the field and send them right back home to your Reveal app or wherever you are with your Reveal app is just a huge benefit when it comes to trying to preserve your hunting area, yet knowing what's going on in that area. So when it comes to spring scouting, you know, obviously we use trail cameras for the most part or for the primary reason of capturing all those deer in the fall here in the Midwest. But they do offer a real benefit with turkey hunting and your turkey hunting prep. Season prep when it comes to the spring. So I'm going to talk about just a little aspect of both, things that I try to focus on when it comes to both scouting that early turkey activity and then also starting to do some of those deer herd surveys that we like to do in the later part of the spring. So let's dig in. It's early spring. We're talking about trying to capture those turkeys as they're still in their large groups. We're going to really focus in on landing zones near the roost or strutting zones near the roost during the time period at which these large turkey groups are starting to break up a little bit. And the reason that we're going to focus on those with our Reveal cams is that it offers us the opportunity to really kind of narrow down where the majority of that turkey flock is spending their time or coming through. So we're going to look for areas like inside corners of fields, open areas or meadows in timbered areas. Those are the kind of places where we're going to capture the larger portions of those turkey flocks as they're, you know, getting into their daily routine. So again, that's focusing on those early season feeding routes, landing zones, strutting zones. But we're going to be watching our Reveal X cams and we're going to know that things are starting to change. As those big groups start to break up, usually what comes with that is germination in the spring. You're going to see a different level of turkey activity, and you're also going to see new opportunities for the turkeys. So we can start focusing on things like perennial fields that maybe you've planted on your farm where there are new feeding opportunities for those turkeys. They're going to be looking for things like earthworms, snails, insects, shoots, or real tender germination or growth that's coming out. And it's going to start to change the turkey feeding areas. So using those Reveal cams, having the access and the ability to see what's going on your farm without providing any intrusion, we can make a strategic move and relocate those cameras as we need to new feeding areas or new strutting zones that are starting to develop as the spring is starting to lengthen. So great ways to use your Reveal cams to really make sure that you're focusing on real-time action as it's developing with your turkeys in the spring through the scouting phases. But let's talk about the other way that you can use your Reveal cams in the spring, and that is deer herd analysis or deer herd surveys, a lot of people will call them. You know, for me, most of the time, I'm not starting to use these cameras until the late April, early May months, because that's really where the gestation period of those does that were bred in the fall is starting to hit, and we're starting to see some fawns drop. You know, usually it's May and early June, but I like to go on ahead and get those cameras out and try to identify that deer activity within the farm in the areas that I'm focusing on in late April, early May. So it's a great opportunity for you to use these cameras to measure fawn recruitment, also to measure your herd dynamics as they exist on the farm, also to measure or analyze your predator influence on your herd. And it's a great time when those fawns are hitting the ground to actually measure that predator influence, because you're going to see your predator activity increase as that new opportunity for young, fresh, and vulnerable food hits the ground. But great ways to use your Reveal cams to manage the herd. Again, when it comes to placing these in those spring scouting efforts for deer, you know, the food sources are different than what they are in August, September, October, November. We're going to be focusing on in the early portion of that spring, probably some leftover acorns, new germination coming off of a lot of your browse plants in the deer zone, which is anywhere from 0 to 36 inches. But also you can actually supplement that opportunity by providing supplemental feed stations or mineral stations. You know, the last aspect that I'll talk about is just the fact that the Reveal Cam in itself, of course, offers a lot of opportunities, but there are also a lot of accessories within the Reveal line that we like to employ during these spring scouting tactics. You know, things like the camera stand here, solar panels, even T-post clips, or the lithium battery pack that you can employ. All of these accessories are built so that you can have easier use in the field, but also oftentimes prevent you the opportunity to not place as much influence on your property, allowing for you to more easily survey, again, that local turkey flock or that local deer herd without placing a lot of influence and hopefully not pushing them off onto the neighbors. So when you get to the store this spring, you know, think about the opportunities that spring scouting can provide you. Think about the value that it can provide you, and think about all the ways that it can really kind of lessen that implied cost that comes with investing in the Reveal trail cameras.